Today, we're going to get out of the big city and see that there's more to Taiwan than the capital city of Taipei. From interesting and unique activities to delicious food, I'm going to show you guys why you need to get out of the city when you visit this amazing country. Let's do it.
Now, I see this place every time I leave my hotel, and it's always intrigued me because she's making all of the dough herself. Look at this. The dough for the donuts proving. You have a selection of snacks here. You have these sesame balls, you have the donuts, and then these, I'm gonna call them fried Chinese donuts. These are more of the donuts that I'm accustomed to. And also I think she does scallion pancakes as well. Super cheap, homemade, very friendly, is letting me film. So I thought before we head into the center, why don't we try something from here? So she's frying the donuts. What should we have? I'm quite tempted by one of these sesame balls. They look quite interesting, coated with sesame on the outside. And then maybe get a scallion pancake, because that's something I've been wanting to try in Taiwan. Can I have one of these and half of the scallion pancake? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and one of them, please.
Yeah.
Just found a place just around the corner to try it. I think I'm going to start with this scallion pancake. And you can see, it's not just scallion in there, you also have, or scallion spring onion, I'm speaking like an American now. You have egg, fried egg in there as well, or like an omelette in there as well. So you've got the pancake, obviously, the scallion or spring onion, and the egg. She cooks it on the hot plate. Unfortunately, we didn't see her cooking it, which is a bit of a shame. I like to watch those things, but if she has them prepared and gives them, I'm not going to say, oh, can you make me one, please? Anyway, let's try it. You can see how thin and flaky that pancake is. Very nice, not too dense, not too heavy. One of the more common street stacks in Taiwan. Actually, I think I was eating it wrong. It was folded over. So it's not actually as thick as that. It's super thin. You can see just one layer, just a few millimeters thick. I like that. For me, that would be a really good breakfast. Well, it is. Let's try this. Sesame ball. I don't know what's inside it. Let's find out. Oh man, that was a surprise. On the outside, it's crisp, it's crunchy where it's been fried, and those sesame seeds pop in your mouth with sesame flavor. But on the inside, it's like a mochi, it's like a sticky rice. Just look at that. As I pull it apart, you can just see how sticky and glutinous it is. And inside that, I think I taste it, yes. Inside that, you have red bean, that's an interesting sight. You have red bean paste. That is a great snack. The consistency of the mochi against the crunch of the outside is really nice. There's a little bit of oil on it. Obviously, it's deep fried in the hot oil, but it's not oily. It's not very greasy, I would say. I'm holding it in this just because I don't want to get it on the camera now. But yeah, two great snacks. I love that she makes the dough herself for the donuts and for the pancake. You can definitely taste the difference in that. But these fried sesame balls, I think they're the winner for me.
Right, it was time to get on the bus, get out of the city into more natural surroundings for a unique activity.
This is a segment I thought I would never be making. We have come to a traditional Chinese medicine store to make our own bath herbal remedies. There's 9 herbs on the table that we have to choose from, although we have to choose all of them, but in the quantities that we choose. So we have things like mint, lemongrass, honeysuckle, jasmine, rose, lavender, you get the idea. Our instructor has gone through all of them, given us the meanings and what they'll do to the body in Chinese medicine. This is mine. I don't really know what I was thinking, but large amounts of honeysuckle, lemon verbena, and jasmine, and then small amounts of the others. Now, it's time to grind it up. It doesn't just go in like that. You need to grind it up into more of a powder, so it releases all of that goodness when you have your bath. And it's going to be ground up traditional way in this like boat, well, metal boat, let's call it. I don't know what the real name is. And you might think you sit here and grind it up with your hands, but you don't. You actually sit, You actually sit here and grind it up with your feet, traditional style. I never thought I'd be doing this, I must admit. Grind up those herbs. I mean, I do love a bath, I must admit. If there's a bath available, I'll always choose one. But this is a bit extreme for a good bath, isn't it? All right, it wasn't fine enough, so I've got to continue. She's strict here. Quality and standards are paramount. Now, I think she's being kind, but she said my movement with my legs is like a professional, nice and smooth. Is that true? It's true. I think she's just being kind, but I'll take it. I'll take any sort of compliment I can get these days. Okay, she's going to do it for me, so now it needs to come out with a brush, all ground up and ready to go into the bag. Shishir, thank you. Now the hard bit, to get the powder into this cotton bag. Now it's obviously a bit hard to film and do this, so I've got a very nice hand model to help me here. We'll try and get them in. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. Thank you. Look at that, this is going to be a nice gift for someone, isn't it? Handmade herbal remedy. What better present do you need from Taiwan? Herb in the bag, and now for the hard part, tying it up and pleating it. She said like a xiaolongbao, the soup dumpling, and given my history with making those on the channel, I don't know if it's going to be very good. I'm good at most things. No, I'm good at some things. Things like this definitely doesn't come into that. I don't even know where, to be honest, I don't even know where to begin to try and pleat it. All right, we're getting somewhere.
And with my herb sack nice and full, it's time for some food.
We did film pepper cake in Raohe night market. I tried this one the other day, and I think this one might be even better than the one we had there. Not to say that one was bad, but I think this one might be better. So I wanted to show you it whilst it's in the vicinity of the beef noodles. So if you didn't see the other video, let me show you how they make it. So they have the dough, which they start by flattening out into like a little patty, and then they stuff it with this spiced pork. It looks super tasty. And then once the bun or the dough is stuffed, it's then planted into a huge pile of spring onions or scallions, folded up around, made into that little bun shape. Look how perfect they look. And then a few sesame seeds on top before they get placed into the charcoal oven. Just look at that. And then in there they'll cook until they're ready, crisp and golden, where they look like this coming out. This place is super busy, super famous. There were big queues, but thankfully everyone's disappeared, so I can make the video. Can I order one, please? Love seeing people make the food before I eat it. You guys know that, and I love to show you. Pushes them up against that clay brick oven. And it's pretty hot, this guy. You can see actually his arms are red from where he's being burned. That is commitment to the job. All right, here it is. You can see crisp and golden. This thing is doing my head in, but it's the only place to sit. There's a speaker here saying the same thing. I think it's from this restaurant. It keeps going on and on and on. So apologies for that, but I need to sit and try this. So as I say, here it is, crisp and golden from the oven. The same horseshoe shape, I'm gonna say it's horseshoe shape. On the bottom, beautifully crisp and golden, where you can see it's stuck to the side of the oven. And then this side is a bit more bready and a bit more doughy. It's super hot. I need to be careful I don't burn myself. All right, let's go for it. You can see the steam coming out of it as I blew it. I made a little hole in it and start blowing. Still the steam comes out, but I'm too hungry not to try it. Can you see inside? Again, I said on the last video, it's like a little patty in there. It's like a little pork burger in there with the bun or the dough wrapped around it like a filled burger. This one, the reason why I think I love it is the spicing. I prefer the spicing in this one. The pepper, you can taste the pepper straight away, and it gets you a little bit at the back of the throat. I mean, if it's called a pepper cake, you want it to be tingly and spicy with pepper, but then you get the onion flavor from that huge pile of spring onion or scallions that she put into that, even more than you do with the scallion pancake that we had earlier. But the dough, the bread on this, so crispy, so golden. You have to try both of them. If you're at the night market, of course you have to try that one. It was super tasty. But if you're asking me which I prefer, I think I'm choosing this one just for that spicy hit from the pepper and the crunchy, crunchy bread on the bottom. Absolutely love it.
Next up, we came to a tea plantation, and Taiwan is famous for growing high-quality teas, if you didn't know. I certainly didn't know, so I was very happy to come to a tea plantation. However, my microphone, as you can see, decided it needed a break, and it didn't record any of the audio, which is a shame, so you're going to get my voiceover for this segment, because it is worth it, and something I think you should do when you're in Taiwan. Now, you come to the tea fields in the mountains, or at the foot of the mountains in this case, but you have different elevations for the tea fields, and therefore different quality of tea. If nothing else, these tea fields are beautiful, very pretty, very nice to come and see, but at this one, you get to see the tea field, see the production, and also taste the tea, and we'll get to that. However, we were employed to put our tea picking hats on, grab a pot to collect the tea, and go out into the field and look for the tea. And what you're looking for are the youngest, smallest shoots. That's the one that you want to pick for the tea. Now, obviously, they would have already done this. They're not going to leave it to us, but there were a few around, so off we went, gathering our tea, ready for the next stage in the process. And then the fire was lit, and it was ready to bake the tea. All right, more updates on the tea making process. So obviously it's a different process for black tea to green tea. Black tea needs to ferment, and it starts fermenting as soon as you pick it. So the whole point of baking it straight away, or sun drying it, but baking it is the traditional method. It stops the fermentation, and that's how you make the green tea, of course. That takes 3 hours overall. The black tea needs 18 to 24 hours to ferment before, and then the stage after being baked is to grind it with your hands into smaller pieces, more uniform pieces, and you do that by hand. Obviously on a bigger scale you do it with a machine, but obviously we're all about the traditional methods here, aren't we? Gotta work for our tea. No such thing as a free cup. I tell you what, this is a great little experience. It's a few hours, especially if you're coming from Taipei. It's probably an hour away from Taipei. And then you have the experience of the tea farm, showing how it's made. And then you come to the tea house. But in the mountains, even though it's a little cloudy again, the clouds come back over, in the mountains, the fresh air, the beautiful scenery, nice gardens, seeing a bit of rural Taiwanese life, let's say, I'm liking it a lot. I'm liking it a lot. I love this kind of thing. If you've seen me before on the channel, you know I love this type of thing. Definitely recommend it if you are looking for a little day trip outside of Taipei. Get yourself to Yilan. Not that far, as I say. You can take the train or you can take the bus and come and explore. Very, very pretty area. Might not be able to taste, but I can definitely smell. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different green tea, or 6 different teas laid out, from green tea to black tea, all with the different fermentations from 0 to 100. And as I said before, 0% is green tea and 100% will be pure black tea. I loved green tea actually. Oh, so earthy, so fragrant. I do miss it, I must admit. But to be honest, from a health perspective, it's really sorted me out not doing it. But the smell of it, so good. You know that you can just see, one, from the passion of the guys here, being in the tea plantation, being on the tea farm, listening to them describe it, seeing them describe it, you know this is going to be high quality tea. And it is a shame I can't try it. But if you're into that thing, as I said, get yourself out here on a day trip. Oh, it smells so good. Can just imagine what it tastes like. I'm not going to risk it, guys. Since I'm not drinking caffeine, how is it?
Oh, it was very bitter.
It was good? Oh.
100% was bitter, but I'm not a tea drinker, so...
It's a refreshing oolong tea of 40%.
That about wraps up the tea experience. It's an acquired taste, I think. I mean, they're British. they're used to milk and sugar in their tea. They're used to it one way, and here, without milk and without sugar, it is an acquired taste. It's like wine, right? Different grades, different qualities, different tastes, different flavor profiles coming out of it. But I'll say it once more, great experience, great people doing it. All right, it's time to hang up my tea hat and go for some lunch.
I have come to Mr. Lau's beef noodles, and beef noodle is a dish that is eaten all over Taiwan. It's one of the most well-eaten dishes in the whole country, and you can find them absolutely everywhere. Some of them are incredibly famous with huge queues, but I've come to this one. Mr. Lau is a small stall serving some top quality, well, I hope, top quality beef noodles. Let's check them out. I've ordered noodle soup with, well, you get two choices. You get the thicker noodles or you get the thinner noodles, although I would call them more medium. Just come around and have a closer look. He's got his broth cooking away in here, two sides. This is a clear one and this is a dark one. Same or different? I think one is more of a clear broth. Okay. This has got the offal. Okay. This has got things like stomach and offal, and this is the beef. And just look how soft and amazing that beef is. And then you've got more stock here. Bowl of scallions or spring onions, but all just from a little stall cooking in these pots. But you guys think they're busy or they're popular? Look at this. Menu is totally in Mandarin, but to be honest, you've basically just got different sizes. And you've got a small bowl, which is this size, and I've ordered the big bowl because, well, if you're gonna do it, you may as well do it. Noodles are ready. Got those medium, I would say, egg noodles below. You can see that they're handmade just from the way they curl up and how they're all a little bit different. He gave me, of course, that beef, and that beef just looks so tender. You can see, I think you can see, I hope you can see how gelatinous it is, and there's a little bit of like fat and collagen in there as well. But again, little pieces of fat, which is going to add to the flavor. And he asked me if I wanted some of that offal, so of course I want some of that offal. How good does that look? So soft, looks like it's just the stomach actually. On a cold day like today, what I'm excited for is that hot broth. Dark, little bit of fat sitting on top of it. I have a feeling it's going to taste good. There are condiments on the side, and I'll show you them in a second, but first off, I just want to try this broth as it is, as you should always do before adding any condiments in. So, let's try it. Oh yeah, rich beefy flavor. Quite light actually, lighter than I expected, but you just get the clarity and the purity of that beef. So, 3 condiments. We have what he is calling spicy butter, and I really don't know what this is, but it looks interesting. Maybe it's the fat with chili oil, which is rendered out from the beef. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, but we're definitely going to be adding some. We also have maybe this roasted chili paste. That definitely will have a kick to it. And then, as I've seen in other places, you have these fermented greens, which is going to add a sourness and cut through some of that richness. So we're going to add a little bit of everything into the bowl. Texture, it is just like hard butter or fat, I would say. Let's pile on these greens. Got to get the veg in, right? And get this fat melted into that broth. And you can see actually how the color has changed. It's gone a deep red, fiery red, let's say. And you can see there's more fat sitting on top of there now as that beef fat has melted into it. That takes it onto another level. How good do those noodles look? Just have a look at that, how thick they are. And Italian heritage reminds me of pasta, of course, but you cannot beat a good homemade noodle. And like good Italian pasta, he's cooked them perfectly. You can see the orange chili oil coating those noodles, and it gives, well, I like spicy, so for me it's good. Let's try a little bit of that beef. You can see it's been cut up into those smaller chunks, makes it easier to eat. It melts in your mouth, it's so easy. You could probably just pull it apart with the chopsticks. Oh, this piece has a nice big piece of fat running through it. Look at that. So I'm gonna take that piece with some of those noodles, a little bit of that broth on the spoon, and let's try it all. You know, everything individually is very good, and I think that always makes a good dish. But if you can taste each component individually and still say, this is delicious, then obviously you're onto a good dish. But when you get everything together, get a little bit of that beef, get a little bit of those pickled mustard greens and some of that broth, and you put it all in your mouth. That's where the magic happens. How much do I owe? How much? 120. Thank you. Oh, sure. Very good. Thank you. $120, Taiwanese dollars. That would be expensive, wouldn't it? Pretty good value. The mixed meat, large bowl of noodles.
Now, you can't really come to Taiwan without visiting the coast.
We have stopped at the coast at Beiguan Coastal Park for a little walk along the coast. Obviously, Taiwan is an island. I don't need to explain that to you, do I? And it wouldn't be right to come here without seeing the coast. So here we are. Coastal path. Obviously, it's right next to the sea, and I will show you that in a second. But I wanted to start here, in the trees. There is a path, obviously, that you can walk across. You're not scrambling across rocks. But in the trees, green, tropical plants around. Nice atmosphere. I mean, it also runs next to the road, so you can hear the trucks going past. So it's not, I wouldn't call it peaceful, but it is pretty. And I think we've got our first viewpoint. In fact, you know what? I'm going to save the viewpoint. I'm going to carry on because it's all on our left. And whilst everyone else is out there taking the shots of that viewpoint, I'll use the opportunity to get ahead and see what we can find down here. Now, it is a coastal walk, but, oh, look at this. Danger, watch out for falling rocks, so that tempts me, doesn't it? I think we've got access to a little path. You can see almost a tunnel through the rocks. Danger falling rocks, best be careful. Don't want to get cracked on the head, do we? But it should open out into a nice view. You can see our first glimpse of the sea. There's a few boats out there. Which way should we go? Let's go up. It's always good to get the views higher up, isn't it? And get away from that road and trains. There's also a railway track there as well. So hearing the cars fly past and hearing the trains shuttle past as well kind of takes away from hearing the sea. But now I can hear the sea. Wow. Look at that. Look at that for a view. Back across the coast, all the way down to the end of the island of Taiwan. Stunning. And the colours of the sea. And today, finally, the sun is out. More of the weather that I expected to have here. But this is an amazing island. You've got the big city, of course. You've got the mountains, you've got the rice paddies, the flats, where the rice is grown. And then you've got this, coastal, but still tropical. The plants here are tropical. It has a very wide variety of climates and microclimates. A bit like where I'm living right now in Madeira. And I love places like this because they're so fascinating, they're so interesting. So many different places you can visit. Down to that dark black rock. Almost like a lizard's skin there, crocodile skin, with the patterns on it. And the view. What a view. Oh wow, who needs a drone? I left my drone at home, but who needs it? You've got 180-degree view of the coastline down here with the huge rocks and the waves, white sea around them. But then the view back, we saw it from down there, a little peek of it, but up here, you really can see all the way down that sweeping coastline, stunning. And this island out here, Turtle Island, I guess it looks a bit like the back of a turtle. Famous island in Taiwan. I mean, it's not bad, is it, with the lush greenery on the other side. I do love mountains, but having grown up on a small island, there is something special about being by the coast, isn't there? Hearing the sea, smelling the salt in the air, and finally not hearing those cars. Love it. and back down the other side. To be honest, this one was a little short. Only a small little trail. However, Taiwan is home to some of the best hiking in the world. Hiking around this island through the mountains. Some are very technical, some are very easy. For all skill levels, you can come here. It's not just about cities, it's not just about street food, it's not just about the culture. It can also be about outdoor activities and adventures. And if hiking is something you're into, you're gonna love it. I mean, this isn't even one of the famous ones, obviously, it's just a small coastal path, but even then, it's incredibly pretty, it's incredibly beautiful. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in Taipei.
Now we've had a little bit of exercise, we're allowed dessert, right?
I definitely need something sweet, and I want to show you 2 things. Actually, I wanted to show you 3 things, but unfortunately the stall I wanted to show you, which is meant to be here, is not here. However, just across from her is this guy who's serving traditional Chinese pancakes, and we're definitely going to get one of those. He's got his little stall where he cooks them right at the entrance to Hua Yin Street shopping district. Very pretty, as these 2 guys have an argument over some packages. But we're here for the pancakes, not the argument. It's got a variety of flavors. Looks like custard. Custard, peanut. And black sesame. And red bean as well? Okay. So you can choose a variety of flavors. Peanut or custard, that's the choice. But first, I think we might get to watch him make one. It'll give me some time to decide. Batter into the bowl. He's got his hot plate hot, so the batter poured into that hot plate. You can see, as soon as it starts to cook, it starts to bubble, and now sugar and ground peanut. Just brown sugar, no peanut?
No peanut.
It looked like ground peanuts. Brown sugar. It goes on, and it's left to cook. Look at that. Brown sugar has caramelized. The pancake is cooked underneath. Oh, that smelled good. This is just the normal one, the normal pancake. Oh, look at that, bubbled up. This is the custard one. Custard gets smothered on it.
非常要等啊。
And it's going to be folded up and cut up, ready to be served. It's going to have to be custard. He actually recommended that one over. I couldn't decide between peanut and custard, but I think custard it will be. Can I have one custard then? Is that okay? Thank you. Right, I've got it. Absolutely steaming hot, straight off the hot plate. Gives me a chance to quickly walk and get one more snack that I want to show you. Another little dessert, very, very famous here in Taiwan. Oh, and just because you guys love to know, 35 Taiwanese dollars. Final stop, we still haven't eaten the pancake, of course, but I just wanted to pick up one more snack before we eat the desserts. And you cannot come to Taiwan without trying the famous pineapple cake. So I've come to this place just near Ningxie Night Market, and, well, it smells pretty good, so let's order. You can get the smell of them baking out back. You can see actually out the back here, he's making them. You have a choice of original, green tea, chocolate, and cranberry. So we might try a couple. You can buy them individually. I guess maybe some people weren't sure if you can't, but one piece is okay. You can also buy the presentation boxes, bigger presentation boxes, but I think we might just try one of each flavor. One piece is $28. Can I have one original and one cranberry, please? Just one original and one cranberry. Thank you. Yeah. I actually came here yesterday to eat them because I wanted to try the famous pineapple cake and he remembers me. So we're having one of each, same order as yesterday. One original, one cranberry. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think I'm going to start with the Chinese pancake. Absolutely huge. For $35, a huge slice. It's like a slice of pizza, isn't it? But yeah, huge slice. It's warm still, so I think we'll start with this one. You can just see how runny and gooey, I was gonna say soft, but how runny and gooey it is in the middle where that custard has just set ever so slightly inside of that, well, soft pancake. Loved watching him make it. looks super tasty, crispy on the outside, you can just feel it. And then, as I say, yeah, soft and gooey on the inside. So, yeah, let's eat it. I thought it was going to be sweet, but actually it's not. I'm not going to say it's not sweet at all, but it's definitely not sweet. Sweet is definitely not the first flavor that you get. You get the creaminess of the custard, and actually I think it's the custard that's providing the sweetness. I thought he was going to have a lot of sugar in the batter, but not at all. Very light, very fluffy. You can tell just by the air pockets, as we saw it cooking, the number of air pockets in there, almost like an English crumpet or breakfast muffin. It's so thick. I love the thickness of it. So soft, so gooey with that custard. I'm sure the other flavors are good. I mean, the brown sugar looked super tasty, but custard for me might be the perfect match for this pancake. Now, I'm not gonna give you any prizes, guys, but can you tell which one is the cranberry and which one is the original pineapple one? What do you reckon? I think we're gonna try with the mystery red one, which I'm gonna guess is the cranberry. So look at the color. Deep red, very hard on the outside actually, almost like a biscuit on the outside. Let's try it. It is absolutely delicious. And you can see how crumbly it is on the inside, and you have that like jam consistency with the cranberries. Sweet, yes, but so buttery. Jammy consistency on the inside again with that pineapple jam. You know what they remind me of a little bit? If you're English, you might know a fig biscuit. Is that the name? Where it has like the soft fig compote inside, and then the like baked biscuit outside. It's a little bit like that. It also gives me a little bit of a memory of a mince pie. And these are still hot from the oven. He actually took them out of the oven. Super, super delicious.